Give it a little shaky, shaky. Shaken, not stirred, that is. Phil Savage, how are you, buddy? Ha ha ha. My boy Andy. What's up, fellas? A little whiskey on the rocks to start the show. I got wine, is my regular drink. Just going a little fancy right off the hop. I know the music's loud, but it's my theme song now. It's Bond. Greg Bond. Cheers, everybody. Andy, I know we missed the... all right, that's enough of that shit. Andy, I know we missed the test. I tried. I was just... Dude, I'm so busy between finishing up the playlist, which was done like over an hour ago. But I worked all day yesterday, all day today. So I've been busy. Playlist, and then I wrote out the show tonight. All my notes here. I got 2 pages. Actually, I got almost 3 pages because I missed half the pages from last show and that's a good thing. A good thing, good sign. I was going to say the same thing at the same time. It's okay to miss content that you've got written down because it means we were into the show. Everything was going smooth. I had a great time last show, number 19. Now, so welcome everybody. Who we got? We got Michelle's in the house. Thank you, Michelle. William, Kevin. I know Andy's here. Who else? Phil, I'm going to bring on in a hot second. Just getting into the show here, Phil, and we're going to try. We're going to try this whole thing again going live. I haven't had a chance to test it out. Was going to try with Andy before the show. Sorry. But I just ran out of time. Between pre-show ritual, which I have to do, I'm OCD out the ass too, among so many other things that I have problems with. OCD is one of them. It's not crazy out of control, but things have to be tickety fucking boo. So I'm going to interrupt myself. This is my son's brand new song, Ty Bond. Shout out to Ty. This is a brand new single dropped today. Drippin' is dropped. I love this kid. So talented. Let's have a listen real quick. The video's coming Friday. Thanks for joining, Michael. Thanks. Love the shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts. Thanks for watching, Angus. Listen to this beat. Such a cool line. I was drowning. I caught myself. Now I'm dripping. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for joining. Jimmy, thanks for joining, brother. This is my son, Ty Bond's new song. Brand new. Just dropped today. Midnight last night, 12:01. Drippin' has dropped. The video's coming Friday. I'll shut up for a hot second. Hi, Melissa. And this is Ty Bond. Have a listen. Such a great line. We all don't live rainbows and unicorn lives, sadly, and it's a struggle. And my boy's struggling. He went through, his parents got divorced when he was 14. Well, separated when he was 14. Divorced about 3 years later. And he was caught up in the middle of it, sadly, being the oldest kid. And sadly, me and his mom didn't end on the best of terms and didn't have a communication. So Ty was kind of the middleman. And I feel sorry for him. He's been through a lot, and I hated that we ever had to put that pressure on him. It is what it is. Life is hard. There was no manual. There's no manual for getting separated after 15 years of marriage, 17 years together, having a 14 and a 10-year-old son. That was one of the hardest things I ever had to do was tell them I'm getting divorced. So his powerfulness comes out in his writing in his songs, and I'm super proud of Ty. He's come a long way. So that was Drippin'. Drippin' is dropped. The video is coming out this Friday, produced and directed by Wiz Khalifa's personal videographer, and done a whole bunch of tons of videos for Wiz Khalifa, by Chris Cordova. So huge shout out to Chris. Thanks for taking care of my boy, my son. He's kicking it. He's grinding it. And we're doing a double shot. This is Ty's day. It's Ty Bond's day. He's dropped his second single. Drippin', and now this is Palm Trees, the first single that he dropped back in, God, my memory's horrible. I'm going to say, November? I know he was there in the summer. Yeah, it was November that it dropped. So the video for this is amazing. Go to YouTube and see the video. That's where you can see the video for Palm Trees. You won't be disappointed. Shot in the Malibu Hills in California. Thanks for watching, Russ. Hello, Dov. Man, there's so many people joining tonight. It's great. So this is Ty. This is filmed in Malibu, and it came out, like I said, November-ish. Tons of hits. Over 5,000 hits on YouTube now. So thanks to everybody for the support. And Ty's just going to keep grinding and keep going. So we'll see what happens. I wish him all the best. He's always got my support and had my support. I love him to death. His work ethic is crazy. He literally, he gets high a lot, which can't fault him for that. I mean, he learned from the best. But he writes constantly. And then he's always listening to beats and buying beats and trying to beats with different lyrics. And he's very, very talented. Not only writer, singer, producer, but especially producing, and the mixing. He's really picked up a knack for that kind of stuff. So huge shout out to Ty. It's his day. I'm super proud of him. He dropped his second song in how many months now, and he keeps grinding. Sky's the limit for him. I'm watching the best part of the Palm Trees video right now. He got to handpick the girl that he shot the video with, and she is an absolute smoke show. 12 out of 10. Huge jammers. Russ knows what I'm talking about, and huge jammers. Anyway, wonderful girl. Ty and her are still friends, and they keep in touch, so that's super cool. And Ty's got a ton of shout-outs on Instagram today, because Ty's part of Taylor Gang now, Wiz Khalifa's crew, gang. He's on the minor level contract, starting out. You know, that's where you get in. He's got his foot in the door. So hopefully with Palm Trees, this song, and then Drippin', that dropped today, hopefully that'll can propel him into bigger, better things. And now that, you know, he's a white kid, 21 years old from Aurelia, and you know, that I made or helped make. And now he's rocking videos in LA, up in Malibu, and with smoking hot models, and living the dream. You know, he just got back from Cali again when he filmed Drippin', made the video for Drippin', and then recorded it in LA along with a bunch of other songs that are coming up. So stay tuned. This year's going to be a big year for Ty. It's sucking for most of us, but my boy keeps grinding. And thanks to everybody for watching. George, Melody just joined. Really appreciate it. So this is Ty's song. This is his first release. I just played his brand new drop today. Drippin' dropped. I'll play it a few times tonight throughout the show. I know I'll have different people in and out. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Big CFL news. I'm going to talk about Melody later. We'll get into the sports a little towards the end of the show. I got a lot of sports to talk about, because last show was supposed to be about sports, and I ended up not getting into the sports a whole lot. We just kind of I rammered on for how long at the beginning, but it was great. We got good old banter going on. I had some live interviews, which I'm going to try again shortly. I'm going to try and bring on called jammies. No, we got jammers, jammies. We Ty and I mix it up in the old Nick there, buds. Russ, big old jams, jammers, jammies. We got so many names for them. You jealous? Angus says, am I jealous? No, not at all, bro. I'm super proud of him. Am I jealous he was shooting a video with a 12 out of 10 model? Jealousy's not the right word. I mean, fucking ain't right, Peter. Get after it. He's doing amazing, and I'm so proud of him. I really am. He has got everywhere he's got by his hard work and his hard work only. It started with just going backstage at a Wiz Khalifa concert and meeting the right people and networking and staying in touch and just keep writing and keep making music, whether it's good or bad. The more you do it and work on things, you know, the better you're going to get at doing these things. So congrats to Ty. Keep grinding, buddy. I love you to pieces, and I'm so proud of you for what you've accomplished. Beastie Boys, kicking it in the house with Bondzee. Bondzee Live, episode number 20. Oh, shit. I'm having a little, last time was technical difficulties. Now it's, what do you call it? Studio issues? So I have my phone propped up on a roll of drywall tape on a post. You should see this shit show of a setup. I look forward to the day where I can really do this bigger and better. But for now, this is what I got, trapped in my in my parents' basement, trying to entertain you hooligans and entertain myself, quite frankly. So what do we got? Yeah, so episode number 20, Dungeons and Dunes Studios, I like to call it, out of my parents' basement, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, by the way. Thanks for everybody that's joining around the world. That's been one cool thing about doing the show and doing it live and being able to see people, or the comments, I mean. You see and know where they're from, and I have people watching from around the world, which is super cool. James, oh, I know all the insides there, Russ. I love it. It is the best. That makes me laugh. It's great to share a laugh with you about that stuff. Thanks for watching, Tamer. Anyways, so we played my son's song, Drip and Drop, today. Thanks, everybody. Go check it out on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, or what do you call it? Apple Music, sorry. That's what I was looking for. Is iTunes still a thing? I think it's just Apple Music now, right? Anyways, what else do we got? I say a lot. I notice I don't watch back much of the show, ever. Just not my jam. But I do listen for a hot second. And I noticed I say that a lot. I sound like a fucking retard. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I sound like a challenged person who can't speak properly. Even though I can, I think that's my crutch. And it's one of the things as a broadcaster, and I knew this back in the day. But see, back in the day when I was on radio, I never had more than a hot minute to speak anyway. When you were governed by your program director back then, you come out of a song, and you'd say, hey, that was Alive by Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, and you tell maybe a quick hit about Eddie Vedder or Pearl Jam. Maybe they're coming to town. Excuse me. And then you're out. You're into a commercial. So you didn't really get to express yourself a lot. And so I didn't really ever get to lean on the and sound like a moron. So I've really noticed it lately, though, that I do it a lot. So I'm going to try and get better at that and not say it as much. Moving on. So I took over this paleo lifestyle. I hate to call it a diet. They don't call it a diet. They call it a lifestyle eating or change, whatever. I did it many, many years ago. When I did, you know what? This is the first show. Wow, I just noticed right now, speaking of OCD, I don't have a pen in my hand. And I've been sitting here playing with my hands, like feeling like I'm just can't leave them alone. So I'm going to go back to the pen because it just makes me feel more comfortable. Not that I really was uncomfortable there. I think the old hand rubbing. Yeah, and I'm trying to not swear as much, Phil. I think the last couple shows, I think the last 3 shows I've really been, is cognitive the right word? I've really been adherent to not swearing or trying not to swear. I don't know. I've had a few wines and now a half a whiskey. My English isn't on full par right now, but anyways, I am trying to swear less. Becky, thanks for watching. Hey, it was just your husband's birthday, and I did send him a message, and I know he's not a Facebook guy. So wish him a happy belated for me, because he might not have seen my happy birthday post. But I miss you guys. That was one of the greatest. That was probably the greatest trip I've ever been on. I was single, and it was my first trip away with a bunch of boys, and it was a full golf weekend. We played 6 out of 7 days of golf, and met you guys, you and your husband and your wonderful kids, and that was a blast. Hell of a trip. That same trip, I don't know if you remember this. But we met all those people there that were in the wedding party and the wedding, and they got married. And later that night, we were all so wasted, and we were walking behind the bride and groom and going to the next club at the hotel, and I stepped on the back of her fucking gown, and if looks could kill, she almost killed me. Anyways, that was a hell of a boys trip down to that was where were we? We were just outside of Cancun in Mexico, and I was with some great friends, Kevin Reville, who else? Sean Janak and Max Johnson. And we played golf, I think, six of the 7 days. And some of the morning rounds were rough after some club and, if you will, first time away with just guys only, 3 dudes plus me is 4. Just a full-on boys weekend of just 3 dudes and partying hard. Anyways, that was amazing. One of the greatest golf trips I've ever been on. And I've been on a lot of golf trips. That was certainly top 3, hands down. Actually, it's probably number 1. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. The shenanigans and the shit that went on that weekend between golf and fun with Jigger and Max and Kevin, just a gong show, as you know, Becky. So, anyways, thanks for watching, Rashid. Thanks for joining, Vita. Thanks for joining, Benzer. What's happening, brother? I saw you caught some nice fish last weekend with your boy. He's finally allowed out on the water, eh? So that must have been sweet. Thanks for joining, everybody. I don't know why you laughed, Rubes. Did I call you Rubes? Is that what, or did I say Vita? I don't even remember. I know, dude. Andy, have I taken a breath yet? Okay, I'm gonna take a timeout. This is Eminem. Shake That. Remember this tune? Such a dope tune. I'm gonna turn it up for a second and be quiet, and I'll catch up on some comments here because I'm horrid at keeping up with comments. You know what? I'm doing pretty good here, actually. I want to bring Andy on again just because it drives him absolutely insane. But the problem is I can't make him. And even if I invite him, he's just going to deny me. Because he's such a baby. But he's such a good dude. Actually, I'm going to try. Andy, request to come on. Because or what do I have to do? Wave it. See, I'm having fucking issues here with this for a hot second. Hold on. How do I look, folks? What's my best side? I think I'm not even sure. Do I have a best side? I'm ugly. I'm the size of a rhinoceros right now with this whole COVID bullshit. And it's horrible. Talking about my golf trips. Yeah, we've had some doozies. And you've been part of a couple doozies. The one in Michigan. You got me in so much trouble in that golf trip in Michigan, Vita. Holy shit. Anyways, we won't go there. Thanks for watching anyway. And always good laughs. Angus, it's okay, bro. You know, you're the boss yourself, buddy. It's okay. Blake, yes, D12. Eminem will Shake That, D12. I love those guys. Andy. See, he won't accept it. What happened with the video thing the other night? It worked sometimes, Angus, and then it didn't work sometimes. Tim, how are you doing, brother? I know I'm ugly. It's, you know, it is what it is. Actually, I'm not that ugly. I'm just not, like, I'm not Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise, sorry. But I think I did okay in the old gene pool of looks. I'm certainly not some dork looking four-eyed goggles, like huge Paisano goggles, wearing Freakazoid or anything. So, anyways, it is what it is. Take me for what it is. I didn't make myself. This is how it was made by whoever, my parents. But, you know, believe in whatever you want to believe in. Andy, you're such a baby. I was gonna call you something else, but Ribs, I'll always love you too. You're awesome. We had great times together. Ribs is my ex-girlfriend, Vita. Everybody, for those that don't know, and we're still friends, and I'm glad for that. Sadly, we just wrong time, wrong place. Maybe another life, right, Ribs? Andrew, thanks for watching, brother. Congrats on the baby, man. I seen all the pictures and stuff. I just loving it. You guys, you just updated your profile pic. So my memory's getting better. Anyways, you and your boy and your wife look awesome and so happy, and I'm super happy for you guys. Yeah, definitely wrong time in Ribs. It is what it is, but yeah, look, we're still friends, and I'll always cherish some of the times and things you taught me, for sure. You know, we definitely had our ups and downs, holy Christ, but it is what it is, right? And Wiz Khalifa, everybody. Hopefully, my boy just signed with Taylor Gang on a minor contract level. So hopefully we'll just keep pumping him. Ty's new song dropped today, Drippin' dropped. So please go to Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube. And then the video drops Friday. So please continue to support my son. Because the bigger and better he gets, the more it benefits and helps me out. I'm just kidding. I'm super proud of him, and I wish him nothing but the best because he works super, super hard. So get after it, Ty. Keep grinding. I'm so proud of you, buddy. What do we got next? Oh, I was talking about the paleo lifestyle. I'm back on the paleo. And I would say about 80%. You know, I had a bit of rice today, which isn't paleo friendly, but it's also... I had minuscule amount compared to what I would usually have. Excuse me, by the way. Trying to stay away from the pasta and the bread. We had hamburgers the other night. I ate the hamburger without the bun. And, it's the little things. I came home from Nicaragua, and I already wasn't skinny from Nicaragua coming home. And then I went into COVID lockdown for we're on day 58 today. And I've hardly been out. And I'm the size of a boss. And it sucks. I'm not happy. I still got the thin waist and the nice legs and stuff, but my belly is disgusting. Like, literally, I look like I'm pregnant with twins. Oh, nothing like good whiskey to start the show. But anyway, so I got my dad's bike out, and I'm going to start pedaling my ass on that after work. And I'm also, so today I woke up, I made this smoothie before work. And I don't have the powder anymore at home, so I improvised today, and I made this smoothie. It was running is hard, Rubes. I had a wicked high ankle sprain in November. November, and it still hurts. That was a really bad one. Playing softball in Nicaragua for El Social team. Which, that was a blast in itself. I could go off on a whole tangent and do an hour on playing baseball in Nicaragua with a great group of guys against Nicaraguans. Those motherfuckers can play baseball. They're really good. Anyways, humbled us white boy. We had a bunch of Nicas on our team, but we were a lot of, Canadians and Americans, and we got dusted. We got dusted every single game. I think we won 2 or 3 games out of the whole season. Anyways, I missed most of the season with a broken high sprain ankle, which really sucked. And then also I had a broken bone in my foot. So I had a high ankle sprain and a broken bone in my foot and my 4th metatarsal. That took me out of action for 3 months. So that sucked. Yes, I who's being negative? No fighting on my show. Phil, don't be coming after Rubes or whatever. Oh, stop drinking. Yeah, Rubes, I know. It's not about stopping drinking. And listen, I've totally cut back. And I love the interaction in the show. And there's no need for fighting, though. But, listen, do I drink too much? Sometimes. Do I drink too much all the time? No. I've definitely cut back. I went on a huge bender when I got back from Nicaragua, and living in your parents' basement. Out of the blue, when you go from living in paradise in Nicaragua to living in your parents' basement, that can wreak havoc on a fella. I'm not gonna lie. I went from running a bar that hosted 30 to 40 people a night, and it was generally packed and day and night, and it was awesome. And I was there day and night working 12 to 15 hours every day, 7 days a week for 2+ months straight since I took it over until COVID hit. And it was awesome. And it was just boom, boom, boom. It was fast paced. It was eat, sleep, and work. But I loved it. And then I came home and just parents' basement, lockdown, can't even go upstairs, see your parents, talk to your parents, the first 14 days. And I'm not going to lie, I went through, I'm not going to tell you the number, copious amounts of alcohol and marijuana. But shit, it was a transition. But now I can proudly say fully cut back, 100%. I went from drinking every day here for quite a while to drinking out of 7 days, probably 3 or 4. So I'm pretty proud of that. I definitely do take days off. But I got my 420 to keep me occupied, and that's my medicine. I use that to help with my stress, my anxiety, and depression, and I'm PTSD. I refuse to take pills. As the people that know me best know that I don't. I've tried them. I don't like them. So I deal with it on my own. Is it the proper way and the right way? Probably not. Marijuana does help for sure. And CBD oils, essential oils too, Rubes. They help. My mom's got that stuff going every day. See, I saved another swear word there. Old Sarge has got she got 2 diffusers going, Rubes. You'd be so proud of her. She's got 2 diffusers going upstairs. And, yeah, so, it is what it is. I'm trying to get healthier now. So anyways, I'm still trying to tell this friggin' smoothie story. I made this smoothie this morning with no powder. So I found 2 bananas, an avocado. So I used half of an avocado, a scoop of peanut butter, some cinnamon, and then vanilla not soy milk, almond milk, and ice. Whip it all up in the blender there. And I thought it'd be pretty decent. And cinnamon. Cinnamon's key. And all that is like pure sugar free. It was just super healthy. I usually don't put avocado in it, but they were getting soft, and I don't like soft avocado, and I didn't want to waste them. So I thought, well, we blend it up, and we'll slam it back. It was banana-y, avocado-y, not much peanut butter. I had to add more cinnamon, but it was disgusting. At the end of the day, I'm trying to get through the story and say it was kind of fucking gross. But it wasn't that gross, and I slammed it back, and it was super filling and so good for you. But man, the burps that pursued for the entire day that I worked, drove around and burped incessantly, they taste like cucumber. I don't know why. Maybe it's a combination of avocado, banana, and peanut butter. But it tastes like cucumber. And for those who know me also, I detest cucumber. Like, purely detest it. It's foul. And to burp and taste cucumber all day was just horrid. Even all my water and Gatorades and all that didn't help. Anyway, so, but then I came home I got home just after 6 from work. Sorry. So gross. Oh man, I love this song. Temple of the Dog, Hunger Strike. This is like one of the most epic songs. I'm going to crank it up. I'm going to talk louder. So I came home to the most amazing, freshly made, from scratch chicken curry with butternut squash, raisins, broccoli, carrots, you name it. Coconut milk. My dad is old Kenny upstairs. He thinks he's Chef Ramsay now. And my dad's always been a pretty good cook. But now he's found Chef Ramsay as his new inspiration or mentor, if you will. And old Kenny up there every night when he's making dinner. He loves to make dinner. That's his jam. I do it sometimes, but Kenny loves to cook. And Nana bakes. Sarge Nana bakes. Kenny cooks. And I drink wine and smoke pot. No, that's not true. I help out a lot. I do the dishes after. I always clear my parents' dishes. It's a number one rule. Clear my parents' plates and dishes. Load the dishwasher. Clean the shit after that my dad made most of the food with. Anyways, amazing curry. I love my pops. Anyways, he's on to Chef Ramsay now, and he thinks he's just a cat's ass because he's following old Chef Ramsay's recipes online there. So I always give him the thumbs up, and tell him he's doing a great job. He is. He's a good cook, and now he's now Chef Ramsay Kenny, if you will. So, anyways, keep up the good work, pops. And I forced paleo down my parents' throats too for dinners. I'm trying to get them away from the regular white potatoes that, as English people, that's every night. Potatoes. It's either roasted, mashed, fries, you name it. I'm sick and tired of white potatoes at the old Bondzee Ken and Penny household. So I've got them on the sweet potatoes. I got them on the spaghetti squash, and I got them on the butternut squash. So super. They're doing way better with it, and it helps me get more healthier. And I'm trying. Baby steps, folks. Changing, going from just doing whatever you want, drinking whatever you want, and then trying to get healthy is not easy. It's hard. I've never smoked cigarettes, and I hear that's the hardest thing to do in the world, but I'm not going to lie to you. Going on a fucking diet or changing your lifestyle, eating lifestyle, it's hard as shit. It's hard as hell. I cave here and there. The number one thing I've stopped is eating at nighttime, trying to stop eating at nighttime. Now I'll have a couple of handfuls of what do you call it? Not cereal. It's kind of a cereal. I don't know. Hi, Paula! Everybody, Paula, my BFF forever from Aurelia, my neighbor. Love Paula. Paula, I'm going to see you Friday and Saturday, okay? It's a date. Social distancing. We're going to have drinks. Paula, white wine now. I mean, you tried to get me on it for years. Now I'm not drinking red wine anymore. Dude, it makes my tummy not feel good. So I'm drinking white wine. So cheers to Paula. Cheers to everybody that's watching. I think I've been rambling on again for a while. Sorry, the tunes are loud. If you guys let me know how the mix is. I can't really tell. Yeah, Tim, I hate cucumbers too, bro. Thanks for listening. Melissa, I'm not a fan of, what do you call it? Guacamole, but I'm a fan of avocado. My number one thing for avocados is, 2 or 3 fried eggs in the morning, kind of hard fried, with salt and pepper ground in. Like I put it like halfway through when the egg's kind of soft, so the pepper gets right into the egg, and a touch of garlic salt, and then sliced avocado. And then what I do is I mix the avocado and the sliced avocado and the eggs together on a plate, touch of sugar-free hot sauce. Bueno. No calories. Or I should say no calories, but no like sugar or all that shit. That's a great paleo recipe. For those of you who are trying, you're welcome. Avocado and eggs. Get after it. That's my favorite breakfast in the morning. I've been eating that for years. And you could throw bacon in there too. Bacon is totally paleo welcome. And so throw some bacon in there. It's just more time consuming to do the bacon. What I used to do was pre-cook the bacon for the week. I would do like 2 packs and I'd keep it in a Tupperware in the fridge. And every morning I would have 2 eggs, half an avocado, and 2 slices of bacon. Winning. And that was my breakfast. For lunch, salad with a touch of meat in it, depending what it was. And then dinner was some sort of meat, chicken, pork, or beef, with any kind of vegetable. And that was it. No potatoes. Sweet potatoes, okay. Butternut squash, and like I said, and spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is killer. Love that stuff. Monster Magnet. Remember this song? Lord Motherfucker. Hi, Lauren. Thanks for joining. Who else? Oops. What else we got here? I'm missing people. So Paula gets, yep. Well, Paula's a champ. She goes both ways. With the wine, you fucking perverts. She goes red and white. As I do too, but I just have found out that I simply can't drink as much red wine as I would like, just because of the tannins in it and the other histamines and stuff. Just sends my body into a tizzy these days. So moving on. Let's see, like, this is what happens. I've got so many notes and I barely touched on them because I just get yammering on. And one topic leads to another, and then people comment, and that leads to another. So this is awesome, and I love this. I can't believe this is number 20. Sorry. Excuse me. Show 20 and day 58 in my parents' basement. That's not bad. Definitely I've been told I got to take this show to the YouTube. That's where I'm going to start, because I get between 100 and 200 views per show. And that's just my friends and stuff on Facebook. And that's pretty good numbers for a schlub, a white boy from Hamilton, just trying to entertain people on Facebook Live. And I haven't even got to the level where I want to bring this show yet. And I was going to bring people on tonight, but my mouth just keeps going nonstop. Patrick, thanks for watching, buddy. Yeah, Angus. Oh, Angus, I'm going to call you after the show. I need to talk to you. Or call me, because my memory's horrible. Angus, when I'm done, call or text me. I need to speak to you about this weekend. Patrick, I love you, bud. You keep me entertained on Facebook, hands down. You are one of the funniest dudes. And it's simple funny. That's what I love about you. There's no big lead up to it. There's no big spiel about it. It's just Patrick being Patrick. And I thank you for being you. Super awesome. My 20th beer. Hey, 20th beer on Bondzee's 20th show. And it's also what? It's May 21st today. A couple things. So, is it May 20th or 20th? I don't even fucking know the date. I think it's May 20th. Or is it 21st? No, it's the 20th. Because Sarge's birthday, Sarge Nana's birthday is on Saturday, the 23rd. So if I do the math correctly, tomorrow's 21, 22 is Friday. Yeah, it's 20 today. So happy May 20th. 1 month tomorrow will be the longest day of the year. And then kiss summer goodbye, because it's going to go by like that. And we haven't even had summer. So yeah, welcome folks. If you're from Hamilton or in Ontario, anywhere, winter's almost here. Fall's almost upon us. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it literally is. And listen, I'll jump into a couple notes here because it leads into China is on the second lockdown. 100 million people on second lockdown in China. Does that bode well for us? Probably not. unless better things are put in place. And I mean, they were, but then they weren't, because now you weren't supposed to wear a mask before. Of like, if it wasn't a medical grade mask, don't wear it because it's a waste of your time, says the government. Now, yesterday, Captain Doctor Canada says any mask that you can wear is super helpful. So I mean, like when are we going to get the truth? When are we going to actually come to grips and terms with what's going on here? You hear so many conflicting stories. The mass media wants you to think or know one thing. Then you got the others wanting you to believe and think another, where it's not real. They're not saying it's not real. COVID is real, but just this whole lockdown and everything is gotten out of control, and people are starting to really freak out in the world, all around the world. And it's not a great situation. It really isn't. Financially, socially, people are going nuts. The abuse is up in kids and in marriages and relationships. It's horrible what's going on right now. People just can't. You can't leave your house hardly, and people are starting to go fucking ape shit, and beating the shit out of each other, and alcohol sales are through the roof, as our drug intake. So I mean, and when you can't leave and you're stuck in the same house with the same person 24/7 for 365, that it seems like, shit's gonna go wrong. I mean, let's not kid a kidder. I don't think human beings were programmed to be locked in a human, 24/7, 365. We're just not. Whoops! I just knocked my earphone out. I get wavy hands. We're just not. It's plain and simple. We need to be out and about as human beings, and shit can go awry, and it's going awry, more and more. And now in Canada and Ontario, we're letting people out. And are we being just as dumb and stupid as China, because they reopen everything too early maybe? But then I'm one of those guys that is on the fence of, I don't believe everything I hear from the mass media, but I also don't believe everything I hear on the other side, I'll call it, for lack of a better term. I mean, there's the QAnon, you can call the Qs, and just most of the rednecks, and I'm not being rude, it just seems that most of the rednecks who have all these wicked bunkers and things for the future, they're the last ones that are going to the bunkers and seeking refuge. They all want to be out in the streets blasting their guns and getting after it all, anyways, all jokes aside, it's just not a good time for anybody. Let's see, I'm gonna fly back here for a second. I'm gonna try and bring Patrick. If you're still watching, I just waved at you. I'd love to bring you on camera and have a quick chat with you. You're a funny dude. I'd love to have a quick chat, see what's going on in the old Vancouver. Is it the 303, 305 is Vancouver? How do I get him on here? Leo, thanks for joining, brother. Keener's in the house. Keener, let's go. Give me a shout. What else we got? Alan, thanks for watching, brother. So anyways, I'm confused with the whole COVID-19 thing, to be honest with you. Like I said, 100 million people are locked down in China again. But as Ontarians and Canadians are starting to reopen everything, how does that work, getting on the camera? Patrick. Yeah, 604, right on. And Angus called that too. Patrick, you should have an option to join my show live, or I tried hitting your name, or there should be an option for you to join. Anyways, try and figure it out. Some people it shows up under their name where it says bring them on camera, and others it doesn't. Super weird. And I'm still green to this whole new bringing people on, and like I said, my mouth doesn't stop yammering once I hit play. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see it on the bottom there now. Okay, gotcha. Here we go. So Patrick, I added you. So now you just got to hit go with Bondzee, and we should be good to go. So before, hopefully, Patrick joins us. Are we crazy as Canadians to be opening stuff again? And making it. I know we're on full lockdown. There he is.
Hey, just so you know, my daughter's in the car with me. This is Siobhan.
All right. Hi, Siobhan. Nice to see you. Meet you and see you. Look.
This is Bondzee from Nicaragua, who's now in Ontario in his mom's grandma's basement. And one day he hopes to move to a van down by the river if he ever gets his shit together.
Look at the beard on you, bud. I haven't seen you with a beard before. Is this a COVID lockdown beard?
COVID grandpa beard. No haircuts, no beards. Or no shaving.
Look at the gray in that, bud.
Oh, dude, I'm so old.
I love the look, actually. The glasses, the hat, the gray beard. You've almost got a beard in a beard. You know what I mean? You've got the gray, and then you've got the little dusty brownish.
I'm going to get a buggy and just become Amish and just drive around like an old Amish guy.
Couple horses? Couple Clydesdales or what?
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll travel around Vancouver selling weird weed in a buggy. Well, hey, that's a good shtick.
There you go. A brand new business right there. You can patent that, right, and say you came upon the idea on Bondzee Live on Facebook.
Yeah.
You're welcome, by the way.
How are you doing, my friend?
You know what? I'm doing okay. I'm riding the word. Thanks. I look good from like here down. My titties are they got a bit of they got a bit of meat to them now, Patrick. I am 46. But I also am also the size. I'm glad I can make you laugh, Siobhan. But you know, once it gets below the guy tatas, Patrick, it's wrong. It's wrong. I'm 9 months pregnant. I'm ready to give birth any day now. So if I have a boy, I'm gonna name it after you, Patrick, because you're one of the new funniest dudes I've ever met. I know you're driving right now, and you are very proud of you for that. What a champion! My first kind of you're my first guest tonight on the show, episode 20, and you're driving like a champ and hands free in Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
And it looks all sunny and nice there.
It's about to start raining because that's all we get here. We've had 2 days of rain. I'm actually having a 10-person barbecue on the weekend, and you know everybody's promised that they've all socially isolated, but our bars opened up yesterday.
No way.
And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drive by Parallel 49. They have a patio, and I went by there yesterday, and they had like a table between each people, but then they had one long bar table.
No way.
Like, yeah, and you know we've made such good strides being healthy, and I'm really fearful that we're just gonna screw it up because
in a hot second.
The sun came out
it is. Yeah, I agree.
And now the bars have opened up. It's like everybody's just forgotten that there's this pandemic.
Yep. I was driving in downtown Hamilton today, and there's a treat in itself, Patrick. If you ever put it on your bucket list to drive around the downtown core in Hamilton, literally is hours of entertainment.
Hey, have you ever heard about the downtown east side? And
I have, and I've had friends live in that area, and it's no bueno, right? From what I hear.
Okay, I'm gonna take you on 2 little tours. We're almost by my local microbrewery.
Okay.
And we'll see how that is. But then, so I mean, the downtown east side is a very sad place. It's like the cesspool of human misery, and it's where they're trying to what they call I don't know. Basically, anyway, you can buy hydromorphine, which is like a heroin substitute, for 65 cents from a vending machine.
What?
So you've got all the junkies from Canada are ending up in this one area because, you know, if you give out free cat food, you're going to get kicked. So
amen.
We've got like 6 blocks of just human misery
and filth.
And, it's something else.
That's
so I'll
sad,
take you
man.
and your viewers on a tour.
Please do.
The first thing we do is drive. You can start eating that chicken if you want.
So everybody, before, not to cut Patrick off, but we are live with Patrick. He's in Vancouver. He's going to give us a tour of the craziest drug.
Give me 2 seconds.
Go.
Give me a sec, Bondzee. What were you saying, Siobhan?
He's going to take us on a tour, so stand by. Thanks, George, for watching. Sierra's in the house. And here we go.
Okay, hang on. So here we are going by. This will be Parallel 49, local little microbrewery.
Okay.
And you can see how we are socially distant. If it's clear what we've got, though, nice little lineup to get into the bar.
Line up to get in the bar. Wow.
It's actually quite empty. Yesterday it was packed.
Wow. Right on. Well, I'm glad it's empty because you guys must be, are you the only province that has bars open in Canada? Do you know?
I don't know.
You must be, because I haven't heard.
I've never even heard about Alberta, Saskatchewan. I don't know what goes on there.
Yeah, right. I mean, does anything go on there? Especially Saskatchewan. Berta's okay. I'm not going to diss Berta. I live there. I'm half my heart's in Berta. So, but Saskatchewan, I mean, I drove through there for a hot second once. There's nothing going on in Saskatchewan on the best of days, let alone COVID-19. Could you imagine spending COVID-19 in Saskatchewan? Oh, fuck. Oh, no thanks. I could think of worse places to be, but not really. Maybe Siberia, Guantanamo Bay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit. So what else is going on? You were supposed to go. I was supposed to see you. We were supposed to hang together in Nicaragua for March break. You're a teacher.
We were literally driving to the airport, and Marnie, it was 3:30 in the morning. We'd already checked in. We had everything lined up, and Marnie made a really good point. She's so goddamn smart. She goes,
how did you get so lucky, by the way? Sorry.
Who knows it? But it's kind of like, I never considered that. Yeah, I knew the plane from Costa Rica would get it back. It's on a charter. But Marnie's like, what if they close the border to Costa Rica? And I was like, oh my God.
Which is exactly what they did.
Driving to the airport, and it happened 4 days later.
Yeah, it did. So you got, yeah. So you guys would have had to flip your whole trip, and you would have had to leave from Managua like I did. I couldn't leave. I always fly out of Costa Rica because it's cheaper and easier. But this time when I flew home, pretty much, I wouldn't say emergency basis, Patrick. I left Nicaragua on my own terms, not under an emergency basis or for any reason, but for the reason of my parents' sanity and my own safety. And plus the whole town was closed down. There was nothing going on. Which wasn't a huge deal, but it means an automatic stopover for sure because there's no direct flights. So it just means more airports and more nonsense, right? Which sucked.
What would have happened to us is we would have had to have left Nicaragua on the Tuesday, tried to find a place, because we had a charter booked, right? Tried to find a place to stay in Costa Rica, which would have cost a fortune.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hats off to Air Transat. So we had already checked in. It was a couple of hours before the flight was going to leave. They gave full credit. If the airline is still in business next year,
yeah, right.
They were really good about it. I have to say, hats off, because we're talking like we bailed 2 hours before we were supposed to take off. So I was not expecting to get my money back or anything.
Yeah.
And they.
Wow.
So we're about three blocks away from where our city's biggest black eye is.
Okay.
So one thing about this area, and we may have to drop the phone, the residents do not like being videoed.
Oh boy, folks, buckle up here.
So also, we're just driving right now by the free drug testing place where you can take any drug, cocaine, heroin, you name it. They will put it under a spectral analyzer for free and tell you exactly what's in it. This is what our city does.
Wow,
right?
That's rather nice of them, isn't it?
Right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's got like a green little.
I do see it. Yeah.
Atom and proton. They will test your drugs for free. They've got this $50,000.
No questions asked. No matter what drug you bring in there.
You name it. Yeah, and like I've talked to people who've been there, and it tells them like your cocaine is 32% talcum powder, 10% pig dewormer.
No
or
shit.
if you're into that stuff, it'll be like it's 100% pure. So, for people that use drugs, which I obviously, do not
Well, with the
support.
with the fentanyl problem going on everywhere and stuff, I mean, and if there's
Okay,
drug
so
users, I mean, that's probably a pretty good.
I'm just gonna try to pretend I'm gonna be on the phone, or maybe Siobhan will. But Siobhan, these people don't like being videoed. We're just outside the Union Gospel Mission, which is where I would call it Hobo Land sort of starts. And I don't know if you can see because I'm trying to be all discreet.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of guys, but this is nothing. Wait till we get into the
That hairy
guys. Yeah.
goatee yours is in the way, or that beard. That was
I
a
don't know.
nice
So
cover,
my
though. The
daughter's
beard
gonna,
had it covered nicely.
my daughter's gonna see
Fritzer,
if
what's
she can
happening,
flip the
buddy?
camera and be on the phone.
Hi, Siobhan. There
All
we
right.
go.
So here we go. We're
So,
getting
folks, this
into
is
the
the
zone
craziest
here.
area in Vancouver for drugs.
So here you're gonna on the left. I'm gonna slow down. You're gonna get a few people just chilling on the street, keeping their COVID activities. I don't know. Can you guys all see that? You got your tent set up.
Wow.
Okay, let me have the phone, Siobhan. Okay. I'm gonna make a little phone call on this side. Can you getting all this while I talk on the phone?
Yeah.
Gotta make sure there's no cops. Actually, I can't be doing this. I'll get a ticket for being on the phone.
There's 1,000 cops here.
Siobhan, if you can get my
Wow.
side, look at this side.
Yeah.
So right down here. Don't even try to pretend to be on the phone. Just kind of hold it discreetly like that. See what Bondzee doing.
So these are
And,
all like just, oh, look at that dude. Just probably cracked out
You
or
can
what?
go and you can get there's a injection site where you can go in and they have nurses that will look after you while you shoot heroin.
Wow.
But
You guys
can
are really
imagine- so
advanced
this,
there
look
in
what happens.
Vancouver.
Look who gets drawn here. Like, look who. I'm gonna try
So
and
is
pull
this-
over into the other lane closer.
So, Patrick,
you
is
just have
this a good thing or a bad thing, do you think?
Pardon?
Right here, you can see
Is
that.
it a good thing
It's
or a
just
bad
huge
thing that they
clump of
have
people.
this
Horrible.
system?
It's fucking destroying. No, well, take a look at it. Look at this.
Yeah.
This stuff can do
Siobhan,
drugs.
go on the other side. Look on that.
They're just all junkies. Just sitting there.
Block and block. Okay, here's
Come
the inside.
on,
Get this
dude.
side. This is a safe injection site. This is where you can go right in
Wow.
there. You can go in and do heroin with a nurse to help you.
No shit. Wow, folks.
You getting all this?
This is scary. Yeah, man. That's sad. That's terrible.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get into the. You can see a couple of people on my right. There's some person passed out. Two other people are kind of just like comatose. And we have one of the most beautiful cities in the world. If you want to go to the
Yeah,
left,
you
we have
do,
one
man.
thing-
Vancouver's so beautiful.
Get this corner by the
Wow, this is a
hotel.
very mind-opening video and stuff, dude. I've been there, but I haven't been to Vancouver in 25 to 28 years. This is mind-blowing, dude.
And it's actually quite quiet today, to be honest.
Wow.
Maybe because it rained earlier.
Very sad, man. Very sad.
And there's
Well,
some people. Normally, this block is just packed like it is right now with just stolen bikes, stolen umbrellas, stolen socks. They sell everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Just to make $1 to get high again.
So there you go, Bondzee. That was the tour of the downtown east side.
Wow. Well, I don't know whether to say thank you or throw up or have a panic attack or what. I guess number one thing for all the listeners and even your daughter, who was great enough to help you videotape there while you drive and be safe. What an eye opener, though. To the kids watching out here, or who will watch. Like, kids, get smart and stay off drugs. Those drugs. Smoke some pot and do mushrooms. But don't do drugs. Like, don't do coke. Don't do heroin. Don't do any of that crazy stuff. You know? Oh, we lost Patrick. What happened? Patrick, I lost you volume-wise. Can anybody else hear Patrick? All right, perfect. Okay, let's get back to the show. Thanks, Patrick, for joining us. Appreciate everybody that's watching. Man, I didn't expect that. I was kind of like, that just threw me for a loop. I'm not usually at a loss for words, but man, oh man, that was real, folks. That was like That was real. That was legit. That was my bro, Patrick, driving the streets of Vancouver, um, showing the real of the real in East Van. The most richest city probably in Canada. Maybe Toronto is, I don't know, but Van is very rich. Chinese over bought so much there. It's just a, but then you got the in Van. So what I'm trying to say is, spit it out, Bondzee. Vancouver's so beautiful and amazing and incredible, and then it's so sad that literally, if Paula's still watching, she'll get a kick out of that. Literally, it's so sad that I don't know how far East End is outside of the downtown core. I'm not super familiar with Vancouver, but it's super, super, super sad what I just saw. Breaks my heart. Um, so, anyways, drugs bad. Don't do drugs. Drugs bad. Smoke pot. Take some mushrooms. Drink some booze if you need to, but don't do coke. Don't do heroin. Don't do fentanyl. Don't do pills. Don't be one of those guys. And again, I'm going to hop into this for a quick second. I asked Patrick if it was good or bad and his thoughts on whether, obviously drugs are a rampant there, and they have been for a long time. It's no secret. Vancouver has always been a hub for hardcore drugs. But now the fact that they have this system in place where drug addicts can at least go do it safe, possibly get help at the same time. I'm sure where they go and do it, there's a nurse or whoever that poor soul is there that is administering or helping them to make sure they don't die, is probably telling them, hey man, you really need to do this. You really need to probably not. Anyways, it's horrible. Breaks my heart. That threw me for a loop for a second. It's kind of, I loved having Patrick on, and his daughter was such a sweetheart. But man, that kind of just kicked me right in the balls. Whew. Just not cool. Anyways, and well, speaking of that, I was in downtown Hamilton today, many times, passing through on my deliveries. There's so many skids and shit rats down there too, right in the downtown core, if you will, the meat of Hamilton, which supports this town, the hockey rinks down there. Just everything like the downtown Hamilton is downtown Hamilton. It's awesome, but it's also it's also not so fucking awesome. There's a plethora of shit rats there. They're everywhere, and they're conglomerating on the stairs around Jackson Square and in the downtown, like right in the hub. They're all feeding the pigeons. Can't feed themselves, but they're feeding the pigeons. Nobody's wearing a mask. Sorry, and excuse me. And they're all hummered together, and conglomerated together, and just there's no rules. There's no rules for so many people. But yet so many people are trying to do their due diligence and be safe. But then you got so many numbskulls out there that just don't care, or think they're what, invincible. Oh, COVID's not gonna get me, bro. And maybe it won't, and I hope it doesn't. And I hope it doesn't get me or my family or your family or yours. But it is real. But the other stuff that comes along with COVID, I'm not sure is so real. Okay, I'm gonna get off COVID and shit rats and Vancouver and downtown Hamilton. Let's get into more. That was funny, or I don't know if it's funny. I made it partly funny. But that was real though. That was real. So it was kind of scary. Cheers, everybody. Alanis Morissette. Next Tuesday, which would be, let me do quick math, and I'm not good at math. Saturday's the 23rd. I know this because it's Sergeant Anna's birthday. So 24 Sunday. Sunday is Tiger Woods film, because then we'll get into that in a bit. So where are we at? See, I lost track. 23 Saturday, 24 Sunday, 25 is Monday. January. Fuck me. Where are we at? May 26th. Alanis Morissette's going to do a live performance of the entire Jagged Little Pill album. Remember that album? I wish I remember that. What year did that come out? 92, 93, I think. It was one of those two. If it's not, I'll eat my shorts. It was huge. She literally took over the whole planet with this one album alone. I'm not going to say she fell off the face of the earth after that. She certainly didn't, but she was never. I think the next album was pretty decent. After that, it was, Alanis, dribble and shoot. Maybe you score, maybe you don't, and she didn't really for a long time. I think she kind of got into the boys and kind of wasn't really. Atlantis has always been a different cat right from the get go, right? So, anyways, I was a huge fan. I don't think there wasn't a guy or a girl. We were playing. I remember being in high school, so it had to be 92 or 93. This came out for sure, because I remember we'd listen to Alanis Morissette in the dressing rooms before sports, because this album was so big and had like a couple angry songs, and just get your fucking fired right up because you're so pissed off at them, whatever. And listen, Alanis was an angry little elf when she wrote this album. Same with what's her name, the other Canadian little skateboard chick. Fuck. Come on, brain. I'm terrible with I can see her face. I can see her married to Chad Kruger. I can tell you everything about her. From Ottawa, skateboard chick. I wish my Facebook didn't lag here so much. Anyways, Alanis Morissette, watch her next Tuesday if you want. If you don't, I don't care. Avril Lavigne, thank you. Fuck, Angus. You saved me a couple times. Just a plethora of knowledge you are. Hey, bud? Maybe, I might have to bring you on as a producer. You can. I'll have you on the side. I need a different computer to watch side notes that people can feed me. That could be faster than this. There's got to be a faster way. Anyways, moving on. I barely got touched my notes tonight, and the song list is getting deeper and deeper into towards the end of the show. In fact, we're only a couple away. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Ty's song again, just because I can. So bear with me a second while I type away on my computer here. Ty Bond. But you know what? As soon as I hit that, so I'm going to wait till the song's over. Tim gets freaked out, but yeah, dude, it sucks. I have the worst memory. I can literally tell you everything about some people, stories, anything, but I can't tell you their name. And it's happened to me more and more, especially in Nicaragua. I'd be at the bar or wherever, and I'd be like, "Oh, hey, so and so here's," and I'd be like, and I'd wait for like somebody to save my ass. I need Angus in my earphone all the time because he's got the answer for everything. Okay, so here I'm going to click on Alanis just ended. So watch Alanis next Tuesday night if you're so inclined. Here's Ty Bonds, my son, my oldest son, 21. This is Drippin', dropped at midnight, 12:01 last night. We're going to have a listen. I'm going to shut the fuck up for a second.
Away, flamed him down, I was in the dark for days. Never put the ground, fell a spark, made a flame. Let me up prepared, yeah, I'm back here to stay. I never change for the fame, to myself to the game. I'm a roll, little weed'll catch a fire, make a way.
Cheers.
Make a play, make a way. Ain't nothing can stop us, I'm on top of my game. Stay focused on the vision if you wanna live it. Ain't gonna happen overnight, you best get dedicated. Stay with it when I was down and now I'm winning. Ain't nobody tell me different, I be on my way. I was drowning, now I'm dripping. I call myself wild, I was slipping.
Love this song. Such a great beat. So proud of you, Ty. If you haven't checked it out, Ty Bond, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all the streaming sites. First it was Palm Trees, just dropped in November. Amazing video. Check that out on YouTube. And now we got Drippin', dropped today. Video comes Friday, the 22nd. I've seen clips of it. You can too. Instagram or YouTube. Ty put up some promos for it, so check it out. Whole new look for Ty. Just really cool. This is Ty being raw, and it's his emotions. I'm so proud of him. So get after it. Cheers to you, Angus. Love you, brother. Thanks to everybody for listening. I'll turn this down. I got a couple more songs left after this, but I got a million more notes. So maybe I'll stay on longer, or maybe I'll come back. That old I gotta take a piss. The drinks and the hour goes by pretty quick. it's amazing how fast an hour goes. And I actually scheduled tonight's show for about an hour and 15, 20 minutes. But it's flown by. I can't believe it's almost over, which is crazy to me. So, anyways, I love all y'all. I'm just gonna get back to my playlist here for a second. Hope I did fuck it up. Sorry. Anyways, we heard it earlier. That was Ty, his song, and we're gonna roll into. This is one of my probably my favorite Foo Fighters song ever. Just to lead into it while the commercial plays. Um, this is Foo Fighters live at Wembley Stadium. Probably one of the coolest places you could ever play as a rock star, I would think. The place is absolutely ginormous. And English people, my mother country, where my parents are from there. I love England. I spent so much time there as a kid, as a teenager, right up until 18. Went there for my honeymoon, and I've been back since. And I love it there. If I could live there, I probably would for a hot minute. I don't know how long I'd last, but I would live there. Anyways, Foo Fighters live at Wembley Stadium, 2008. This was from Everlong. You got to listen to this version. It is so dope. Cheryl Lynn, thanks for watching. While Dave Grohl's entertaining us here, I want to touch on. I made it a new thing here. I was tinkering with names. Idiot of the week. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna name it Numbskull of the week, or the show. What? No, Numbskull of the show, and then we'll do at the end of each week. We'll pick the winner of who is the biggest Numbskull of the week. So tonight's nominee, we got two clowns out of Virginia. These two morons pulled up in a lifted Ford. I think it was a Ford pickup truck. They said. So I mean, it doesn't go unrecognizable, right? So there's your first clue. And it was in a small little town in Virginia. It wasn't like it was in this huge town. It was in a small little town in Virginia. These two hooligans pull up in this macked out, lifted truck, studded wheels, whole 9 yards or whatever it is they said. And these two idiots pull into the gas station. And you know what they do? They put on, these two bozos put on hollowed out watermelon masks. They'd be something like Angus or I could see Andy Safaris doing, hey guys, nobody will notice in these. Could you imagine how big the watermelon have to be in the first place? I've seen some pretty big watermelons. I'm not a watermelon fan. But these numbskulls in Virginia took the time to hollow. They thought this would be a great idea. Screw the masks that are 30, 40 bucks at the grocery store, or not the grocery store, like a Walmart or a costume store. We're gonna go straight to the cheap, bud. We're gonna hollow out. That's how desperate these numbskulls were. They needed to hollow out. Can't even stop laughing. They needed to hollow out fucking watermelons. I wonder how much watermelons cost. $5. Oh, we make more than $5 on this robbery there, Skeet, because shit, this goddamn watermelon, dude, it cost them $5. So then they spent the $5 on two ginormous watermelons, and then go haul them out. That must have taken how long, right? And then, like, I don't know, man. I could have thought of a million better ways to rob a gas station, but not these two melon heads. They literally put watermelons on their head. Only two eye holes, no mouth hole, no nose hole to breathe or anything. Two eye holes, running hot. Anyways, long story long now probably. They got caught, or one of them got caught. I don't know how. It didn't really elaborate, and I really don't care. But the best, I just saw watermelon masks and bank or store robbery. So they just automatically win Numbskull of the week. And I'm pretty sure they'll be in the running for top dog. God, I love this song. So he's like stops halfway through. He's just chilling. Can you imagine being Dave Grohl? He's chewing gum. I'm watching the video. He's chewing gum. He's just chilling. He's getting ready to just give around the guitar, and just ready when it's the, and I wonder. God, I wish I could show it. If I showed it, I might get shot down or shut off by the Facebook Nazis, the Zuckerberg bots, but so I won't. But do yourself a favor. YouTube, Foo Fighters Everlong Acoustic live at Wembley Stadium, 2008. So dope. Anyways, melon heads of the week. You're my numbskulls of the week, or of the show, and maybe you'll win numbskull of the week. Now, I'm not going to categorize this next story in so much of a numbskull of the week, but maybe you guys will disagree or agree, because I think they're numbskull. But I also, I have a heart and couth, and I probably would have done the same thing. But this family out for a drive during this COVID nonsense. Just hop in the car, family drive out in the. And again, I don't know what this. And I'm not making this up, but this is from Virginia also. This family's out out for a drive in Virginia, and they're tooting down the street. Everybody's having a good time. The windows are open, the sun's out, and they run over a garbage bag in the middle of the street. I guess the dad didn't see it. It's like boom, boom, and they nail this garbage bag. Well, it busts open, and they see shit flying around, and they're like, oh, gee, golly gee, we can't litter the streets. So they Yui, best decision of their life, maybe. They Yui around, find the bag they ran over, what's filled with cash. And then not far from the scene where they hit the bag, they found another bag, black bag, go over, grab it, filled with cash. Equals $1 million in cold hard cash in 2 bags. Can you imagine finding that? You're in the middle of nowhere in Virginia. There was no cameras around. There was no witnesses around. The family admitted. They hit this bag, turn around, and find $1 million cash. $250 for you, $250 for you, $250 for you, $250. Right? $1 million, $250 each. Family of 4, mother, father, son, daughter. Peace out. $250 each. Goodbye, God bless. Right? No. Good on them. They did call the cops. They called the local sheriff's department. Sheriffs came to their house, collected the $1 million. Inside the bag, there was slips that said, vault something, blah, blah, blah. And anyways, the family was still, they had a heart, and they couldn't hold on to this $1 million, so they called the authorities. As I did the research, read the story, there was no solution to the story. All it said was the family gave the money to the sheriff's department, and it was tracked somehow, but they didn't know where it was destined to. So that reeks of high heaven. So these people gave the money to the police. So maybe the sheriff's office in. So keep an eye out for sheriffs in Virginia. They might be buying some Ferraris or badass cottages on the lakes of Virginia and stuff for sweet ass memberships at some badass courses out there. Who knows? Honestly, might not pay off. Maybe it did. At end of story, when I read it, there was no final word if the family got a reward or anything. So I'll try and keep up on that story because that was intriguing. I'm not calling them numbskulls for returning the money. I'm kind of calling them numbskulls because they returned the money to the sheriff's department without knowing the consequences of where or what is going to happen to that money. Because in the story, it did say there was no trace of where the money came from or where it was destined to. So maybe that was just a miss $1 million. And at the end of the day, so how many days do you hold on to a lost $1 million for? Who comes and collects $1 million? And how do you verify that said person lost $1 million? Plus, imagine being the dude that actually lost $1 million and you get to your final destination and you're supposed to have said $1 million in your back pocket or in your back seat or whatever, and now you don't. Could you imagine the fucking horrific pain and horrificness feeling? Is that a word? Horrificness of a feeling that would come over your entire body. I think I would have a heart attack on the spot if I was in charge of taking $1 million from point A to point B, which I was back in the day. Actually, I worked for Brinks for 6 years, carried a gun, wore a bulletproof vest. I never lost $1 million. I never lost $1, thankfully. But somebody did. And could you imagine being that dude that lost $1 million fucking dollars? You're fired, or you're probably dead because you lost somebody's $1 million. and nobody knows whose $1 million it is. Anyways, God, I'm not gonna. I don't know what I would do. I'm sitting here right now. I'm literally having my heart is palpitating, or like stopping beats because I'm freaking out about what's the right thing to do. Do you just shut your mouth and take the $1 million? Tim says I take the million and move to Nicaragua. Yeah, well, I wish. You know what? But if you take the $1 million, that's dirty money. That's not your money, bud. So imagine the guilt or the haunt, or maybe some people could just. Could you take it? Could you take it, Tim? Could you take it, Julia? Or anybody else that's watching? And take that $1 million and run for the hills, and because nobody saw you take that money, so would you take it and run, or do you do the? And I'm not saying it's the right thing because nobody knows where the money came from. It was unmarked bags, and it only had a slip in it that said vault number so and so. So it didn't have a destination, it didn't have an address, didn't have a name. I'm sorry, man, but if I don't know. See, I can't even. I'm struggling admitting that I would take the money because I would feel horrific guilt. I think after for taking that money, and then who. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is. Maybe now the cops are maybe reaping the rewards. Who knows? Anyways, I got to get off the subject because it's giving me anxiety. Because I just don't know what I would do in that situation. I would love to have a free $1 million. Who fucking wouldn't? But karma's a bitch, isn't it? Darwin, whatever you believe in. I don't know. I probably would have called the cops too. Okay, I'm getting on to sports. I've only got a hot minute left. This is one. I'm. You know what? I'm gonna probably continue the show. I'm not done. This is one of my favorite songs by Matthew Good. Letters in Wartime. I hope you could hear it in the background while I was yammering on. It's not a super popular song by him, but it's one of those songs where, and a lot of his songs are like, it's like, let me do this. It's on my graph, on my hand graph. It starts kind of like this, and then it gets up, and then it just, and it just kicks in, and it's so like fucking kick-ass. I love Matt Good. Comes forgettable. Not everything comes forgettable. That's a pretty solid line, if I do say so myself, because it certainly doesn't. There's things we can forget about or we'd like to forget about, but not everything comes forgettable. Such a dope line. I love this song. I love Matt Good. I encourage you to listen to more Matt Good if you don't. For watching Brandon. Who else? Sandra, thank you for watching, babes. Melissa says, I would always think they were looking for someone spending it. Yeah, I mean, but you never know. Maybe that was, but they did. I'm trying to think of the story. I read so many stories today to do notes for the show. I think the note said that they confirmed it wasn't drug money. It wasn't drug related money. So it must have been money being transferred from a casino or a bank. But what they couldn't prove or know or have answers to is how the $1 million ended up on the road in 2 bags just out of the blue, and nobody reporting it, like the dude that lost it. Anyways, crazy story, and I'll try and keep up on it or keep track of it on my Virginia news for next show. Speaking of next show, it's going to be a while. I'm going away this weekend, so I'm not going to do a live show probably till Monday. So anyways, I've been on a pretty consistent schedule, 2 or 3 shows a week at least. And you guys have been amazing, and I love the support. Thanks, Brandon, for watching. Brandon, when are we going golfing? I saw your amazing pictures. And I want to sell you land. I've got this amazing place that your boss needs to buy. And dude, the guy's got so much money. This would be the least amount of his worries to buy this ranch. You've seen the pictures and stuff. That ranch is amazing, and it was like almost $1 million, and now it's $650, bro. So talk to your boss. We got to talk, and then I want to go golfing with you guys. That club looks amazing, and I won't disappoint you. And if I have to play your boss for money, I will, because I won't lose. Fingers crossed. Famous last words too. Justin Taylor, thanks for watching, bro. I'll just keep selling sod, Bono. Yeah, you keep after it, Mel, and then maybe if you sell enough sod one day, you can buy that amazing ranch in Nicaragua. It is to die for. Okay, so we did the numbskulls of the week, sort of. Where should I go here? I'm gonna save sports for the second part of the show tonight. I'm gonna do two parts. I'm gonna stop after the song again, like I did last time. I gotta take a piss. I'm sorry, but I have a million more notes. It's only 10:20. People are loving this show. I've had a consistent amount of listeners tonight, which has been great. I love you guys so much for listening. So real quick second, I want to touch on Johnson & Johnson. I remember about two or 3 years ago, it came out with they came out with people, especially women, and I don't know, it's nothing against women, but the majority of the lawsuits against Johnson & Johnson and their talcum powder was by women, and they were saying they were getting cancer from this product. Anyways, after extensive tests and lawsuits and fighting in court, it is literally been proved that Johnson & Johnson's talcum powder product does not cause cancer. And it was a rumor that was started because the talc that is in the powder is also, it comes from the same mine as a poisonous product. And now my brain is, I didn't write this was extra research I did after I wrote down the notes, and I wasn't going to get this far into the story, but I did. Anyways, talc is mined in the same mine as some poisonous thing. Asbestos. That's what it is. Anyways, what the hell are you wearing? Did you go to? Hey, dude, I'm trying to. It's been cold here lately. It was false nice here today. Greg, it was like 15, 17 degrees in parts of Hamilton and around the province, or around Hamilton where I am, and was working. But it was like, it was sunny, blue skies, and sun was beaming, and it was hot if you had your windows up, or if you were in no wind area. It was actually like hot or warm, if you will. But if you were in shade or any source of a wind stream today, it was fucking cold. And so I'm sick and tired of being cold. It is going to warm up here in the next few days, Greg. And so I just wanted to feel tropical tonight because I'm freezing. And I'm freezing here in my parents' basement, my Dungeons and Dunes studio, because it's cold down here. But I wanted to go tropical tonight. Anyways, I'm peacing out for 10 minutes, folks. Give me 10 minutes. Got to go pish. Gonna go take my medicine. And say hello to, kiss my Sarge Nana goodnight. And I'll be back for part 2. This has been happening lately. I do two parts of a show. So we'll come back and we'll get into sports mostly next. So stand by. I hate to leave, but I gotta leave because it'll be so weird to sit here and piss into a jug while I'm talking to you guys and be like, and it just seems so wrong. Even what I did there was wrong, right? Agree. Because anyways, I'll come back 10 minutes, promise. And please join me. Come again. And I'm going to have another great playlist. And we'll do episode 20.2 in 10 minutes. Thanks, everybody, for listening to the first part. I love you all. And I'll see you soon. Bye.